There are any number of ways to develop concentration. Concentration is also developed progressively, such that the power to concentrate increases with practice and continued use. In their writings, both Sri Aurobindo and the Mother describe a number of ways to develop the power of concentration. They leave it to each individual to determine what method or methods work best in any individual case. There is no one-size-fits-all form of developing concentration. It is also generally true that the same individual may find that different methods need to be applied under different times or circumstances. What is quite clear is that concentration comes with the development of a quiet mind. When an individual first attempts to achieve a quiet mind, they tend to try to exert force to still the thoughts. They generally find, however, in short order, that the method of suppression does not work. One can look at the methods as having both a negative aspect and a positive aspect when it comes to learning the art of concentration. The negative aspect is to withdraw the mind from distracting thoughts and occupations. This can happen quite naturally if one can, for instance, go out into nature, for instance a forest, and let the quiet of the forest permeate one's being. Some people bring quiet to the mind by spending time by the ocean, or outdoors at night with the vast starry sky above. Reduction of use of electronic devices can also aid the mind. On the positive side, there is the focus on a subject of intense interest, whether it be mathematics, art, science, reading, or some other form of study. Some people use the method called Tratak, which involves focusing the attention on a candle flame or other intense light to the exclusion of all else until the awareness shifts into another domain. A widely utilized technique involves various forms of pranayama, the management of the breath. Some people move their awareness into certain areas of the being, such as between the eyebrows, above the head, or behind the heart, and open to the forces and energies that are active in those ranges. Some people find that they need to take the quieting of the mind in stages, particularly when the thoughts are very active and overwhelming the awareness. For such individuals, the use of a mantra is frequently recommended. Focusing on the mantra and its inner meaning, or at least its sound body, they are able to occupy the mind and drive away the chaotic traffic of thoughts that otherwise prevent concentration. Some individuals develop the power of surrender and rely on the divine grace, which gives them peace and a quiet mind, as the basis for their ability to concentrate. Swami Vivekananda, in his Raja Yoga, does a masterful job of describing the normal state of the mind, the status of achieving stillness of what he calls the mind stuff, and the methods of attaining concentration. For those who are suited to follow such a path, he has set forth a comprehensive methodology. The Tibetan Buddhist tradition uses, among other techniques, a method of visualization combined with prayer, mantra, and various postures to focus the mental attention. Many individuals incorporate some form of visualization into their practice, for instance, moving their awareness to a place that naturally holds quiet and concentrated energy with which they are familiar, or moving their awareness to an experience they had of an intensely concentrated state. There are times when concentration develops, and other times when the mind needs to let go and relax and recharge, so to speak. Eventually, the seeker can appreciate the wave and trough of the concentration process. He does not begrudge the times of rest between periods of concentration. As in the development of physical culture, through various forms of exercise, weightlifting, etc., which sets forth an optimum regimen for effort, and then the relaxation of the muscles to achieve the best result over time, so too the development of concentration has its own cycle of what may be termed a process of ascent and integration. The mother writes, quote, "There's a way of reducing the time necessary for doing things by increasing the concentration considerably. Some people can't do this for long. It tires them. But it's like weightlifting, isn't it? One can get accustomed to it. And then, if you can succeed in mastering this power of concentration and in making your mind absolutely still, for this indeed is the first condition, and if in this quietude you concentrate on the point you want to make, on the work you have to do, or the action you have to perform, well, you can. It comes like a kind of extremely quiet but all-powerful force of propulsion, and you go forward with one movement. Without hesitation, you can literally do in a quarter of an hour what would otherwise take 1 hour. And so this has the great advantage that it gives you time, and that after this, instead of going from one activity to another, from one agitation to another, you can relax completely for some minutes and have a total rest. This gives you time to rest. And in this repose, naturally, as you are relaxed, all that could have been a little too tense is relaxed and put in order. And this puts you back in a condition in which you are once again able to make another concentration." End quote. Reference, Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, Power is Within, Chapter 4, Concentration, page 44.